Hello. Hello? Yes. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so what do you no longer need to explain about yourself? Myself. Um, hmm. What do you no longer need to explain about yourself? To who? Like, who needs an explanation about myself? Because um, I don't feel like I need to explain myself. Like, I don't, yeah, I don't need to answer to anyone or, to make the idea of myself make sense to someone else. Like, who am I? Who I am? Yeah, who I am. Um, I mean, I don't need to do that. And if I need, mm, I feel like in that case, I would need to really explain a lot of things. But I don't think that you can explain. I mean, you can try, but no one is going to understand you the same way that you understand yourself. Even you, maybe there's parts about you that you still don't understand, and you're trying to figure that out, and yeah, trying to understand yourself. That self understanding, and it can be hard. It can be totally hard. um, yeah, I don't feel like I need to explain anything about me, because in the first place there's no one, um, yeah, there's no one who I need to respond, reply, answer to, like, to explain to or justify. Like, yeah, I mean, um, yeah, it it brings me back to when I was little, and I was in school, just learning and stuff, and my teachers, terrible teachers, I never liked any one of them. Um, my I usually took notes or didn't, because sometimes the topic, it was simple, and I really didn't consider taking notes, because like, it yeah, it's just like, I have it I paid attention, like, I listened to you the whole class. Why do I need to write everything down again? I already have it in my brain. And and when I had to wrote write things down, I I did it in a weird way. Um, and my teachers usually, they didn't understand my notes. Sometimes because the my writing, I mean, the um, how can I explain the way I write, because sometimes I used to skip words or letters, and I don't know, I'm weird. And yeah, and also the way I took notes, like, all over the place, on sometimes here, without an order. to me it was organized, and I understood my notes, but they didn't. And okay, so in that sense, I, as a child, I somehow, I mean, yeah, of course they need to grade my things, my homework and my notes, and I needed, I had, yeah, I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I needed to explain myself, or like put myself in a way that could make sense for them. And yeah, it feels like I'm translating who I am. That makes sense? I don't know. And I don't know, that was really a pain in the ass. But now that I'm learning alone, like my whole process is alone, or I just, yeah, I study alone, I practice alone, I make music alone, and I feel free. I feel really free because I don't need to prove nothing to someone else. I don't need to, um, I don't need to make sense to someone else. I don't need to um, slow down in order to someone else to keep up with my pace. I don't need to, all these teachers who are just going to waste your time and energy and stuff. And so I mean, I feel way better, like in doing the things the way I do it. um, More is more, what's the word, um, self-discipline, self-management. Like I decide what to study, when to study, how to study, how much to study, and I'm constantly analyzing myself. I'm constantly measuring myself, like grading myself, and really like some type of meta analysis, like meta learning, or meta something. And yeah, I mean, this is way better than what I used to. I mean, this is way better than school.